Hello everyone, this is Haitham Javed with yet another very exciting episode of Labversity's Pakistan Studies. So, in this class, we are going to learn about the reasons why we need irrigation in Pakistan, why don't we rely on rainfall in Pakistan. So, in a sentence, if we are to summarize all of this, it would be that in Pakistan, rainfall is very ineffective. But let us describe this ineffectiveness of rainfall. We describe this ineffectiveness of rainfall in terms of variability. By variability, we mean that in Pakistan, we have so much variability in the amount of rainfall, in the distribution of rainfall, in the timing of rainfall, and in the intensity of rainfall. Let us discuss all of these variabilities one by one, starting with this one, that is the amount of rainfall. So over here we have a map, and in this map we can see the labelings of different climatic zones of Pakistan. These climatic zones are namely highland zone. I would label this as A. Then we have the lowland zone. This is also called the semi-arid zone. I would label this as B. We have this coastal zone, which is also known as the humid zone. I would label this as C. And lastly, we have this arid zone. I would label this as D. Now, what are these climatic zones telling us about? If we see these climatic zones over here, they tell us about the rainfall or the temperature that is experienced by these regions. So, if we have this highland zone of Pakistan, this highland zone of Pakistan receives about 500 to 750 millimeters and above annual precipitation. When we talk about this lowland zone receives about 250 to 500 millimeters of annual rainfall. Similarly, when we talk about the C, which is the coastal zone, this receives about 125 to 250 millimeters of annual precipitation. And lastly, when we talk about this D, which is the arid zone, it receives less than 125 millimeters of annual rainfall. So our claim over here that in Pakistan the amount of rainfall is very variable, it is quite clear because we have seen that all across Pakistan rainfall is not even, it is uneven, and in some areas we have a lot of rainfall, in some areas we have a lot less rainfall. Moving on to the second thing, which is variability in the distribution of rainfall. So when we talk about the variability in distribution of rainfall and we see this map which tells us about the climatic zones, we can observe that these climatic zones actually belong to different topographical regions as well. So when we talk about this highland zone of Pakistan, we can observe that this consists of the northern mountainous areas of Pakistan, the northwestern mountainous areas of Pakistan, the western mountainous areas of Pakistan, Potwar Plateau area of Pakistan, and the Balochistan Plateau region of Pakistan. Which means that the highland zone of Pakistan actually consists of mountains and plateau regions, hence the name highland. So this highland zone of Pakistan, if we think in terms of topography, this region is not very suitable for agriculture. It has badland topography, it has bare rocks which are devoid of vegetation, and so it does not support agriculture. But this receives a lot of rainfall. So means all of this rainfall would be useless in this region if it is not supporting agriculture. On the contrary, when we talk about this region, which is the lowland zone of Pakistan, this region consists of the plain areas, namely Upper Indus Plain and the Lower Indus Plain. Now these regions, the plain regions, are flat and fertile, yet they receive very less rainfall, which means that it would be very difficult for the farmers to carry out agriculture over here. the cultivation of crops, the farmer has to go for irrigation and cannot rely on rainfall in these plain areas or the lowland zone of Pakistan. So, another claim that there is variability in the distribution of rainfall in Pakistan is also correct. Moving on to the next one, which is the timing of rainfall. So in Pakistan, we experience rainfall, especially when we have the monsoon season. But these monsoon winds, which bring the monsoon rainfall, these are also very variable in terms of timing and intensity as well. Sometimes these rainfall occur earlier in the season, or sometimes they may occur later as well. So the farmer won't be able to plan accordingly whether he has to sow the seeds earlier or later and things like that. Similarly, when we talk about the intensity of rainfall, we mean whether the rainfall is happening in heavy showers or light showers. Sometimes the farmer wants heavy showers. The reason is farmer wants to cultivate crops such as rice, which is one of those water thirsty crops, and he requires more water for rice. But instead, in those days, the rainfall isn't sufficient and occurs with less intensity. This affects the planning and the growth of crops. Moreover, not always we can say that heavy showers are very good. Heavy showers can also destroy the crops. Heavy showers also lead to more absorption of water underground, which may lead to waterlogging and salinity in the future as well. So, it means that in terms of amount, distribution, timing and intensity, the rainfall in Pakistan is not reliable, and that is why a farmer has to go for irrigation. But then there are some other reasons as well, such as aridity. If we see the general trend in Pakistan, if we go from north to south, aridity increases, which means dryness increases. But one exception is this coastal region, which is a humid area. So, other than that, generally speaking, if you go from north to south, aridity increases. Moreover, when we talk about rainy days, we have very less number of rainy days in Pakistan, especially in the southern region. We have less than 10 rainy days in all the year. So which means that we have to go for irrigation, we cannot rely on rainfall. And after these rainy days, we experience long and frequent dry spells. And moreover, if we talk about high temperatures, so most of Pakistan experiences high temperature, which means that in Pakistan the rate of evaporation and transpiration or evapotranspiration is very high. This means that the farmers cannot rely only on rainfall. A farmer has to go for irrigation. That's it for today. Thanks for watching Labversity.